be on how I make my roast. And I know everybody makes their roast a little bit different. I personally like thick gravy within my roast. So the first thing I do is I use 10 packages of the brown gravy from McCormick's. Typically 10 or 11, depending what I have. If I go to the store first, I'll do 11. If I've got 10 will work. And then I use hot water, and you need to use 8 cups. I've already poured 4 into this, so that was my second group of 4. And then I just put mine on my mixer. So it's 11 packages brown gravy, 8 cups of water. I don't do it according to the package because I want it to come out thicker than what it calls for. And then I just let this go while I'm doing everything else. So then I throw my roast in. I use a large pan, get my oven on. This has got to cook about 6 hours. So typically I want it on, I usually like it on by 2. We're gonna eat by 8. So we're gonna have a little bit later of a dinner tonight. And then I get my roast in. I make sure I put the fat side down. Some people like to trim the fat prior to cooking it. I personally like to leave it on and trim it after because the fat gives the meat some extra flavor. Then I add onions. That's our Astro, by the way. I add onions into it, just large pieces. And that's all for flavor. Most of them cook up, they give that meat. And Shay's already peeled my potatoes for me. So 4 to 5 potatoes. When they're big like that, that's more than enough potatoes. But I put this entire onion in. I just dump it in. Move that. And all that is just for flavor. Then baby carrots are going to go in there too. We've got, the boys are home today. Their school got canceled. And so then I take the potatoes and I cut them about like that. So I'm going to cut up the potatoes. I don't know if we want to break because cutting the potatoes is going to take me a little bit. So they're going to go. I don't have really great knives. I probably need some. I've just never invested in them. So these work for me. I know I'm using a steak knife. So it's going to go like that. And I add, now this is one thing where people mess up. You want to do a lot of salt on your meat. And I cook with garlic salt. And then I like a lot of pepper. Hey, baby. You feeling better? Walker's been a little under the weather. So we'll continue on. We'll resume in just a minute. Let me get these potatoes cut up real quick and then we can start back. So I just got the last potato cut. Throwing it in there. And then I'm going to get this gravy. I love a mixer that I can just let go while I'm doing other stuff. That's the nice thing about these. And so I've got my roast. I do a rump roast, potatoes, carrots, an onion, garlic salt, pepper. We're We're from Texas, so we like a lot of flavor in our food. All of our family does. So make sure that it's seasoned prior to it being cooked. So all that seasoning can get in there while it's cooking. So what I love about doing this meal is this has literally been, what, 10 minutes? Which my husband cuts up all the potatoes, so that helps me. I don't have to do that. I mean, he peels them. And voila, it's ready to go in. 350 for 6 hours. It'll be ready. I'll show you what it looks like. So this is how we do it. She's back. What are we making?
Lemon cake.
Lemon cake. We've got roast in the oven. We'll show it to you later. Green beans on the stove. What else are we doing? We've got the pan ready. Lemon cake ready. Biscuits are ready. Green beans are going. It's going to be a great... We just got the roast out of the oven. Here's the finished product. Happy family tonight. That's how you make a 20-minute prep dinner. Hey y'all, I was getting our table set for Valentine's Day, and every holiday I just switch a few things out. It's nothing major, but just to make the kids feel special, that it's a special time of year, a special holiday. And when we actually started changing things in kind of the basic part of our house, then added onto our house, we did tons of storage. So I don't ever have to buy new stuff each year. I just store it all and keep it. At first, before I had a closet like this, which you can see, and we're going to do a tour at some point, I have different holidays, different themes going on in here. Everything's super, super organized. I have a dear friend who's a very organized person that helped me with this. But what I used to do is just have everything in tubs and labeled when I didn't have storage space like this. But now I do, which is really, really awesome. But I have got all of our Valentines. You can see I've got it all together. Our videos, our books, cups. So we're getting all this down today. And we're just going to get our table. We actually bought this, Shay and I, on a cruise we were on. So I've got things that are special, that are kind of cool, that we'll go ahead and get our tables all ready to go. Our Valentine's placemats are all together in one spot. So we're going to get everything down first, and then we will continue on with our video and show you kind of what this looks like. So here's the deal. When I'm decorating, I just keep everything together. And this is years. This doesn't happen overnight. You just keep everything from each year, and slowly your collection gets a little bit bigger. At first, I just started with a few cheap placemats, some plates, then I added cups later. We just have added as we've gone. And then anything I don't use from the year before, like I bought these last year and we didn't use all of them, so I just saved them. So we still have them, so it's not going to waste. So I'm laughing because if you watched our other vlogs, I've wasted a cinnamon roll, but I'm not going to waste our paper goods. So it's kind of funny. So we just get it all spread out, and then we figure out how we want things to look. Now my table, if you want to come over here, just always has this kind of setup. And so I typically just incorporate whatever I'm doing into my main setup. I like to always keep a bucket for the kids' homework on the table at all times, where they've got pens and pencils and things ready to go for them. But now we're going to set up the table around that. And then we may decorate the island. I cook on the island a lot, so I try to keep my decorations a little more minimal on the island because I need it for my cooking. But we'll decorate the island somewhat too. So we'll keep you posted. So we're putting the finishing touches on. This is actually extra. This is baking good, so we're just going to put it where we can get to it easily, and then if we need more of our placemats, we'll have them. But it's nothing major. It's just little touches. And so we keep our plates ready to go. We've got our cups over there, so they're close to the refrigerator, our Valentine's cups. Over here, we've got, I just always buy the little sugar cookies that are whatever the holiday is and throw them in my big old cookie jar so you can see them. And then just put a few accents. We have this champagne flute. We just threw a couple of flowers in it they're actually pins so we can use them. Small little decorations, nothing big. And then just little touches where we've got our coffee mugs over here ready to go for the mornings when we drink coffee from now till Valentine's Day. This is holding all of our sweetener for our coffee and our mixers. So that's ready to go. And then over on the table, we just have it set up where our plates, our bowls, everything's ready to go. I mix in whatever the theme is, I mix it in with the stuff that stays out here all the time. And so that just keeps it easy for me, but it's just the little Valentine's candy in a small Valentine's dish. It's not that anything has to be expensive or a big deal, but what I've seen with raising kids, again, I have 4 children, 2 are grown, 2 are still small, 6 and 11, is all these little touches make things feel special. And so it doesn't have to be massive, it's just little things that, oh, it's Valentine's. And we're gonna celebrate this season this way. So it just keeps it super easy, super simple, and that's how we do it.